What's going on, everyone? So, Scream 7 is hiring a new cameraman for the upcoming Scream 7. So, Scar Tissue, which is the working title for the upcoming Scream, seeking a clean-cut, in-shape male to portray a cameraman, olive skins, tone, Caucasian or Hispanic, or light-skinned African-American, age 25 to 35. Gale is getting a cameraman back, right? So, there have been talks and rumors going around that Gale Weathers will be reporting once again, that she'll have a camera crew and all that stuff with her, that she's kind of getting back into the field work, which I'd love to see. Obviously, everything's a rumor until it's not, but I think that this is kind of leaning towards confirmation that that'll be the case, that we'll see Gale potentially having a camera crew and getting back in the field and doing some reporting. After her near-death experience in Scream 6, I imagine, she probably is thinking, like, let me get things back in order, like, get that rush, get that thrill again that she used to have. Do we get to see kind of old-school Gale once again? Kevin Williamson was great at getting Courtney Cox to play that role, and the role of Gale Weathers. Now, could it be that maybe this cameraman is for somebody else, or a different reporter? Maybe we get a different reporter in this film. Sure, of course. But early rumors were that like Gale was going to play and get back into reporting, and so if that's the case, then I imagine that this cameraman is probably from her. I will say though, this would have been a great opportunity to bring back Joel, right? Even if he's not necessarily like her cameraman or anything, right? Because it's just like, you'd want to see some progress from him, over the years. But like, what if she and him were like business partners? And look, maybe we will, right? Maybe she's getting back into field work and Joel's kind of like her lead man, and the two of them have teamed up to do some work. Like, that'd be a cool way to bring in and bring back Joel to the Scream franchise. And like, I mean, there were rumors that he would be, in Scream 5. And look, Dwayne Martin, you bring him back. I'm sure he would be more than willing to come back and play that role. I'd love to see kind of, where he is, Joel as a character. Like, where is he after all these years, right? Because, I mean, you're talking 27 years, 28 years, right? So like, he's got to be, somewhere doing something. And, he was one of the few smart ones that were like, I'm getting out of here, right? Like, he was one of the few ones that were just like, yeah, like we're not playing this game. But also, you got to keep in mind, like, right now it's essentially 50-50 with cameramen, right? Because Kenny ended up dying, and that's one of the reasons why Joel was like, look, I should have read your book, right? Like, I didn't know you're cameraman. Got his throat slashed, and now I'm out of here type thing. But then he came back at the end and was like, hey, you and me as a team, kind of setting up like the two of them potentially being a duo. And so I think it would be cool to kind of have that. But also, does this new cameraman, does this bode well for him, right? Does this bode well for the cameraman? Is he about to, is that going to be one of the kills, right? Or is this going to be something where he ends up pulling a Joel and ends up leaving, right? Like, or does he end up surviving at the end or whatever? And now Gale has her cameraman to kind of have a homage callback type thing to Joel, right? Like, that could be something. Or how cool would it be if, like, say the new cameraman gets Kenny'd, right? And then, at the end, Joel is there with the camera, and Gale, is doing the report, and at the end, after the massacre and everything, and, Joel kind of gets to, because again, like, you could have them set up as like business partners. Joel comes to her aid, and then boom, right? Like, something along those lines. Like that, I think that could be kind of creative. I think that's something that could be kind of cool for this upcoming Scream movie. Kind of, have a nice little throwback, nice little homage, see a character that, many fans have wanted to see again, right? Like, myself included. He's one of the few characters that has survived, right? And we just haven't seen, right? If you were ever going to bring back characters or do anything of substance like that, right? Like, and you've seen this regime of Scream really be interested in bringing people back, right? Like, you saw Kirby and stuff, right? So I at least, like, Kirby was always kind of left in the open. Like Joel, we know is alive, right? Like, so it's not something where you have to kind of justify it or explain why he's alive or whatever, right? And then just what has he been doing? Like if he's if he's created his own like media company or whatever, and Gale and him are, business partners or something, and they've created, the Joel Weathers, group or something, or media network, or, and the two of them are, doing their big time thing together. Like, I think that'd be something cool. I think that would be something that you could really do. I mean, I also wouldn't mind having Joel just like as a character in this film, right? Again, have him as like a real contributor to some extent, where I think chances are if he is in this movie, it's probably more as just like a cameo or a couple people, like something like I mentioned where they establish that the two of them are business partners. You see him, and then you don't see him again till at the end where he's like holding the camera and it's like, hey, like Gale, like let's go, let's do this. This is what we do, right? Like kind of thing. And she's just like, yeah, okay, like and just jumps right into reporting mode, right? Like I could see something along those lines, but regardless, right? Like Joel's a beloved character. He's a character that I think could still have some growth. I think it would be a lot of fun to just see where he places and how he's where he's been all these years, and as him and Gale kind of still had that relationship. Have they still been in contact? I think it would be cool to see like Gale and Joel continued to have a friendship or continue to stay in communication over all these years, and now team up and work together. Kind of like have this full circle callback. And you got the new cameraman, and the new cameraman is Gale's stepping stool, and it's just like the typical Gale situation. But you have like I said, a nice little callback, nice little tie-in. Could see an old school character that we all love and appreciate. So anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of Joel potentially being in the upcoming Scream movie? What do you think of them hiring a new cameraman? Do you think he's going to get Kenny'd? Do you think the new cameraman that he's doomed for death, or do you think that he'll be Joel 2.0 and just be like, hey, you know what? Get me out of here. I'm out type thing. I could see it being, because 25 to 35, so see it kind of being portrayed as like a kind of a young kid, early 20s type thing, and he just like wet behind the ears, all excited to be Gale Weathers' cameraman, and that ends up being his demise type thing when he should leave. He should do what Joel did, but instead is like, no, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to ride this out, and ends up being Ghostface fodder. But again, I feel whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.